It looked like a lake, calm, quiet, a circle of blue water hidden in the hills of Cameroon. Children splashed in it. Fishermen pulled nets from its surface. Cattle drank along its edge. Nothing about it warned danger. But on the night of August 21st, 1986, the lake did something no human thought possible. It breathed. A low rumble rose from the water, and then, without fire, without ash, a strange white mist began to crawl over the crater's edge. It looked harmless, soft, almost beautiful, but this was no ordinary fog. Within minutes, it began rolling down the hills, sliding through the valleys, covering homes, covering fields, covering everything alive. And in its path, people dropped instantly, suffocated where they stood. By sunrise, entire villages had vanished, wiped out, not by war or disease, but by the silent breath of a lake. Survivors say it felt like the world itself stopped breathing. One farmer awoke to find his wife and children lying still, their faces calm, as if only asleep. He stumbled outside in panic, but collapsed into the dirt before he could call for help. Somehow he woke again. Most never did. Across the valley, cattle dropped in their fields, chickens slumped in their coops. Even insects seemed to vanish from the night air. The cloud moved like a living thing, gliding downhill with no sound, no heat, no light, just suffocation. What made it terrifying was the silence. There were no screams, no chance to run, only the sound of wind moving through huts as families fell where they slept. At first, no one understood. There had been no explosion, no disease, no smoke or fire, just death everywhere. When scientists arrived, they discovered the truth hidden beneath the lake's calm surface. Nyos was sitting on top of a natural time bomb. Deep at the bottom, for centuries, carbon dioxide had been trapped under pressure, dissolved into the water like gas in a soda bottle. And on that night, something disturbed it. Maybe a landslide, maybe an earthquake, but the balance broke. The gas erupted upward in a violent burst. The invisible cloud then spilled over the crater, heavier than air, crawling down the hills, replacing oxygen with suffocation. It wasn't poison. It wasn't witchcraft. It was simply the air itself turned lethal. When rescuers entered the valley the next morning, they expected chaos. They found something worse. The villages looked untouched. Huts still stood. Cooking fires still smoldered. But every person inside was gone. Whole families sat at their tables, bowls of food in front of them, as if frozen mid-dinner. On the roads, neighbors lay side by side, faces calm, no struggle in their limbs. One rescuer described it as a battlefield without war. A mother was found clutching her baby. Both had suffocated silently. And it wasn't just people. The jungle itself seemed lifeless. Birds gone. Dogs gone. Even the buzzing of insects had stopped. The silence was so complete. One survivor said it felt like the earth itself had exhaled its last breath. The tragedy became world news. Images of silent villages, animals lying stiff in the fields, shocked the globe. Scientists and engineers rushed to prevent it from happening again. Their solution was to build enormous steel pipes and plunge them into the lake. These pipes release gas from its depths, venting pressure day and night, like uncorking a bottle before it explodes. But here's the part most people don't realize. The danger is not gone. The pipes can clog, they can rust, they can fail in a storm. And beneath Nyos, the reservoir of gas is still enormous, enough to suffocate tens of thousands in minutes if it ever breaks free again. The truth is, Lake Nyos has never been cured. It has only been tamed. And, like every wild thing, it waits for the day its chains snap. Today, Lake Nyos looks peaceful again. Tourists photograph its calm blue surface. Fishermen cast their nets just like before. From the hills, it looks like paradise. But the people who live nearby know what happened. They remember the silence. They know the water still hides something deadly beneath its surface. Lake Nyos suffocated 1,700 people in minutes, a whole valley erased by air itself. But the deadliest disasters aren't always natural, because in 1987, a glowing capsule of dust was passed around a Brazilian neighborhood like treasure. Children painted their faces with it. Families ate beside it. They thought it was glitter. It was death. Let me show you the glowing dust that poisoned an entire city in the next video.